Good question. After a year not laughing, I probably didn't even smile for a year. Yeah, I had such a victim mentality, entrenched, raging in my head, blaming the world, using the whole thing as proof that I was doomed to fail, blah, 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 blah. I said, I got to do something, because I looked down the path of that story and I was like, dude, are you going to be complaining about this when you're 55? Like, if you are, then you turned into that loser that you're afraid that you are. So right around that same time, the vice principal came back from doing this cleanse, this holistic herbal detox down on one of the islands in the Gulf of Thailand. He goes, man, that was actually really cool. I think you'd like it. And I go, I'll go do something like that. Why not? See what happens. So I go down there and I come back feeling slightly lighter, slightly brighter. And I kept going back. The third time down, I went to a workshop on emotional detoxification. And the guy that was running it turned into my mentor, first mentor in this work, Barry Musgrave. And he was talking about the same thing. Words, language, stories, identity. And there are just a handful of things, gentlemen. I'm a horrible student. I'm the worst. I was the worst student in school. Not just because I had bad grades, but I took it so far. I was disruptive, and just a real pain in the ass for teachers and other classmates and things, because I was bored out of my mind. There was no way for me to focus on that stuff. I didn't want to learn it. But I did fall in love a couple of times. Fell in love, and I wrestled in high school. Okay, fine. I pinned you, you pinned me. Cool enough. That was nothing compared to the first time I got choked out in a jiu-jitsu class. It's like, oh, this is significantly cooler. Fell in love there, and I don't compete anymore. I don't practice jiu-jitsu anymore. A little bit of kickboxing, but I watch all the UFCs. That's the sport I follow. All the other sports, no clue. Don't want to have a clue. So the love is there forever. And then that night when I went to that emotional detox workshop and I watched this guy take a woman through a bad breakup, and in a matter of 10 minutes and 3 renditions through it, she went from pissed and crying to essentially emotionally neutral. And I said, that's not my story. I saw the process, made the dots connect. I said, that's not my story, but that's my story. That was 2003, late 2003. And the love's been there since. And I'm so grateful for that, because how many books have I had that the subject material is important? I'd get a lot out of it, and it's written in too high of a level. I don't comprehend it. So I get a couple pages in, I put it down. So it's the same thing with stuff. Attraction's not a choice. That's an interesting thing to think about, everybody. Good luck talking yourself out of somebody you're attracted to, or good luck talking yourself into somebody you're attracted to, or something. Pay attention to what you're attracted to.